How do you feel like today? So today, well, we're going to be going out and putting out some salt, trail cameras, and yeah. I was thinking I was going to say corn, but then I got to thinking, yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's snowing and pouring down rain. So those two things don't mix good with corn. So I got to find my pocket knife. I'll be back. Well, I found a turkey claw and I found my knife. So a dull knife at that. But well, I got some batteries here, and I got all my cameras out, but the call's not wet enough. I can't do anything. I was gonna do a good turkey sequence for y'all. That didn't work. Let me get these batteries out. But like I was saying, all my cameras are out, and just about, well, actually, all of my cameras are on this one farm. So I'm gonna round up all my cameras, put batteries in what needs batteries, take batteries out of what doesn't need batteries, and just, I'm going to remove all my cameras that aren't overbait. So, I have three baiting spots down for this farm, but I'm going to put another one in today. So, and then I'm probably going to lose one. So, normally I put out corn in 3 places, but this year I'm only going to put out corn in 1 place, and the rest are just going to be salt spots. I'm still going to keep a camera there. Deer come to salt very good. So I'm going to put salt in the first one to get it started, though, because that's what I always do. And since it's pouring down rain, that's not going to do me very good. I'm just going to put salt there, like I said. And as the salt will go into the ground. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get these batteries. How many do I got here? 1, 2, that's 4. That's 4. That's 1 camera. So we'll grab some more batteries, put them in my bag, get my book bag packed, get some stuff in it, and then we're going to head on over there and get some bait piles. All right, y'all. Well, speaking of salting, I just got done. This tail's been down here for like 2.5, 3 weeks now in salt, and I just remembered it. And well, this is one of the prettiest coons I ever killed. Well, Ricky, he treated her. It's a big sow. I really didn't want to knock her out, but Dougie Fresh talked me into it. I didn't know it was a sow. I was guessing, and well, I was correct in the end. But either way, I knocked her out. She was a real pretty, like, silver color. Most prettiest coon I've ever killed. And well, so we're gonna grab some salt here, and as y'all can tell, it's snowing again. So we're gonna get back at it, and hopefully we can get this salt out and get some pictures of some big deer. I'll take a bet and say 50% of y'all to 90% of y'all did not know you could buy salt in 50-pound bags like that. Well, yeah, that's what I do. It's a whole lot easier to spread out in a lot of your deer spots. And you're not putting a 50-pound block in one spot. You can spread 50 pounds out a lot, and you don't need much salt to attract a lot of deer. So I just grabbed a little piece of the block right there, as you can see on top, and it's in my bag. So now let's go set up our spot. Today, y'all, we're going on an adventure in the ice forest. It's very cold through here. Yeah, this is my fuller path, but all this ice and snow is kind of like broke all these trees over in my path. So yeah, I'm kind of walking through it, and the full is broke, so I kind of can't drive that. So now we're walking. Oh man, a big tree fell in my path too. Hope I don't fall. This is kind of like scary. I'm gonna fall, but hey, we'll be okay, I guess. And another thing, y'all, I know patterns change deer a lot during the beginning and end of season, but if you hunt late season and you're like here in Virginia, we normally don't get snow till very end of deer season or after deer season if we get it. So walking across a tree, I don't want to fall, but one thing you can do in the snow like this, you can find trails, and they may only be late season trails, but you can find the trails, and when late season gets there, you know where to hunt. These deer normally will change back to the same pattern year after year, from what I see from deer anyways. So just a little tip for y'all. We're getting in here with this camera. That's a lot of trees that knocked over and broke and everything. It's a mess, y'all. Alright, y'all. Well, haven't seen very few tracks in this whole farm. And those are today. I was like, okay. I love to hunt this tree. It's a tree I found this year. It's a very hard tree to hunt, and you can only hunt it very early bow season. But look at this, y'all. Of under my tree that I hunt right here, there's deer tracks. There's deer tracks all around it. I mean, this is a bedding area, yes, I know, but oh, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. Alright, y'all, what did I just sit here and say, y'all? But there's deer tracks everywhere. But I love hunting this tree. And it's not a very big tree. It's a very hard tree to hunt. You gotta sneak into it, sneak up in it. It's all sneaking all the way around. But well, look, it just proves deer bed right here. I just jumped 3 of them. And well, y'all know the big Junior. Well, he came out of here too. I jumped him one day in there, so that's how I learned that bedding area. But again, the snow, I'd never known the deer walk up under my tree without the snow. But now, I jumped them up. I seen them, and there's tracks everywhere. So, there we go. You know, this was a very open trail at one time, but that's where I'm gonna be putting bait and stuff at. So I gotta figure out how to get through here, y'all. I'm not gonna be through that. All right, y'all, this doesn't make me feel too great. Walked all the way through this cut over. I had not seen the first deer track throughout this whole cut over. And well, this is where I'm planning on putting my camera and my bait. So yeah, but who knows? Maybe some deer slip up and come through here. Yeah, I'm not seeing any tracks anywhere. Oh well though. I'll put my camera right there on that tree, so I'm guessing right here looks pretty good. Gotta clear me out a little spot. And yeah, I think I'll back up. All right, y'all, we got the sod out here, and I got my camera up right there. Yeah, right in there. So now I'm gonna go back home and try to warm up because it's freezing. So let's go do that. All right, y'all, well, we're gonna go back out here today and put up a camera and check 2 cameras. I made it. Check 2 cameras, put out some salt, put out some corn, and then I'm gonna go make another video. It has something to do with my bow target and a bow and arrow and deer. So that's another video. But either way, y'all, let's go put up some cameras and put some salt and corn and stuff out. All right, y'all, I just cleared out that spot, and I always put a camera on this tree every year. And well, this spot really never produces anything unless I have bait out right here. I mean, yes, some years these trees produce acorns, and then there will be no acorns anywhere else. And yes, I killed deer out of that stand when that happened. But other than that, you ain't gonna get a deer right here unless you got bait out. So, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. So, well, we can leave that much there. And, well, the rest is gonna go in the other spot. See, that's all you gotta do, y'all. Now get you all the deer that you need and all the deer you want. All right, y'all, you gotta act like you're the deer, and you just gotta like lean down and salty. But there's the camera. I had to make sure that was lined up good, and I sure did get my salt for today. And well, there's a card in it. And well, there we go. So y'all might ask, why is there white lines all over your camera? Well, I kind of had a bag full of salt in my book bag with all my cameras, and well, all my cameras bit to dust with the salt. So that one didn't work out well, but let's go on to the next camera. Warning, I ripped my pants. Yeah, well, y'all caught a glimpse. I ripped my pants. I bent over and they just like ripped. So yeah, but we got this camera up here, and well, we got a water right there and put some salt. I don't plan on putting any corn out in front of these cameras, maybe like next August or something, but nothing right now. The only place I plan on putting corn is over there in the middle of the cutover where I got that one camera. And yeah, so there we go. And well, I reckon I'll pick y'all back up in a week when we check all our cameras. All right, y'all, well, I know y'all are gonna say something, so it's only been about 2 days. And well, we're gonna go back in here, and I got me a little bit of corn. There's still a little bit of ice and snow on the ground, but it isn't too much. And we're getting another big snowstorm in a few days, so I believe if any deer are gonna find this, you're gonna be looking for food between today, tonight, and into tomorrow because the big snowstorm's going to hit this weekend and actually tomorrow night. So I believe deer are going to be on their feet looking for food between this evening and tonight and tomorrow. So I'm going to put this corn out, gotta be able to find it, and hopefully we get some deer on camera. But we'll see what happens. All right, y'all, well, we had a big old yote on camera, some does, 3 does and a button buck, but that sucks. The screen recording failed when it downloaded, and I thought it said that, but then it said it didn't, and then it really did, man, so that sucks, but oh well. So that's all we had on camera. The coyotes during the daylight again. We gotta kill him, y'all. All right, y'all, well, we're gonna head out here today, and I got some corn, I got some salt, and we're gonna go out here and check some cameras, and hopefully there's something good on there. A lot of bucks are starting to drop their horns, and I haven't really seen any bucks on camera. All I've been seeing is does. But maybe we'll slip in here and get some pictures of a buck, or maybe find some sheds. Who knows? So let's go ahead and slide down here and see what we got. All right, y'all. Well, here's the camera. And hopefully we got some good pictures. Just put out some more corn and salt. So let's see what we got. All right, y'all. Well, as y'all just seen, we had 1 buck and 1 doe, and then a couple coyotes and a fox and a coon and possibly a bobcat. Not real sure what that one was. It kind of looked like a bobcat in that one picture, but I don't really know. But the shed buck, well, I know there's probably sheds on this farm. It might be a spike, but hey, it is a shed. So I'm gonna go look for deer sheds here. I'm gonna go put my bucket up, and then I'm gonna go look for a deer shed. So hopefully we can find them, but who knows, worth a try. So let's change plans a little bit, y'all. I gotta go unload groceries, and then we can go look for deer sheds. So let's go check this other camera, grab some batteries, unload some groceries, and go look for deer sheds. All right, y'all, well, got me a sub, and got everything unloaded. Now we're gonna go look for deer sheds. I'm watching a little YouTube, and then we'll go look. So see. All right, y'all, well, we're gonna look for a deer shed now, and hopefully we find one. All right, y'all, we're gonna have to come back and look because I want to go ahead and look. And yeah, I'm gonna peek around while I walk, but Ricky's down here treeing something. He's been treeing for the past 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. And well, I kind of want to go see what he's got. I reckon it's probably gonna be like a squirrel or something. But there was a coon on my camera, but that was 2 days ago, y'all, so I don't know what he's doing. He'll do this stupid stuff every once in a while. Right there where he trees at, normally if he trees right in there. And there's an old den tree right there, so. I know he's got a cold nose, but man, not that cold. He's right there treeing. He heard me come in here. one dog on it, so let's sneak in there and see what he's got. Back on, so quiet, so there's nothing I can really do. Let's try. Let's see. I don't know what he's doing, but it ain't good. I can tell you that much. Alright, so well, like I figured, absolutely nothing in the tree. Well, go ahead and go look for sheds again. Alright, y'all, one little pointer I can give y'all. So if you're on a cattle farm and it's later on in the year and there's not much food, right here, as you can tell, the farmer has been like salt and grain and all that's right here. So them deer, they'll come up here. They're not scared of a cow. They'll come up here and eat on it. So one little pointer, you can look around there for deer sheds. I found quite a few deer sheds doing stuff like that. Just figuring out where they're feeding, where they stay at most of the time. That's all you really got to do. And normally you can slip up and find a shed here and there. So still looking, haven't seen anything yet. But might slip up anytime now. Alright, y'all, well, ended up not finding any deer sheds. Yeah, had some cool stuff on camera, but that was about it. And yeah, so either way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.